My name is Elisabeth ILER. I was born in New York City, where I grew up and was educated. My family was a very open and interesting family. My parents came from different backgrounds. My father was Christian and my mother was Jewish. So I got the benefit of both cultures. Neither of them believed in religion particularly, but they raised us with a strong ethic of service to others. So my life was spent working for the public university in New York, which I also attended as a student. And I worked with high school students to help guide them towards careers in medicine, science, research, etc. And I had a very satisfying career. I met and married my husband, who is from India, Kamakoti Krishnamurti. We got married in 1994, and we decided to move to India I took a sabbatical in 2009, so we've been in India almost 4 years. I left my work in spring 2010, and it's been a very interesting, intense period of time in my life with many changes and many new insights. Yes, my experience at World Spiritual Foundation has been very eye-opening. It's changed my view of meditation, certainly, which I've been a practitioner of since my early 20s. I have tried every kind of meditation there is, and this one has brought me to a different level of both my own consciousness and my understanding of what meditation actually is, and not what it should be, but this is what it is. Well, all the other schools of meditation ask the person to do a certain approach, a certain technique, a certain kind of exercise, a certain number of sounds that you repeat on a string of beads, for instance. So there's an I in all those systems. And in this system, you basically are plunged into the deepest part of your being without having to do anything. In fact, I had a joke with my husband that this is the lazy man's road to enlightenment, because you don't have to do anything or be any particular way. You just are yourself, and you basically flow into the meditation without any effort. It's quite effortless and quite amazing. Yes, I did. I had a session with Dr. Gaur in which I lost consciousness of my I, and when I became conscious again, some 3 hours had passed. During that time, I was aware of very intense physical sensations. I felt like I was in a compressed tube and actually being transported like you feel sometimes in an airplane when an airplane is taking off, and also sometimes when it's landing, you have a lot of pressure on your body. You actually do in an airplane, but I wasn't in an airplane, but I felt like I was being rapidly pushed through a narrow tube, and I had some physical discomfort in my limbs, and I was also in a semi-dream state where I was aware of being in the location where I actually am, but it looked quite different. There were some porches and some verandas that don't exist in this actual location, and I was looking for my husband, who wasn't in the room with me. He had started out being with me, and then when I was in this semi-dream state. He was no longer there, so I went off looking for him, and I kept running into a number of people that I'm visiting with. But when I actually came back to my, what we call our conscious state, I was very amazed that so much time had gone by. It seemed like it happened in an instantaneous way, and I wasn't really sure what had happened, to be honest. Well, I believe that if you surrender to the process, because it is a process, it's not a technique. There's a big difference, I believe. There's nothing you have to do, but you do have to be open to allowing your consciousness to go to that place that normally it cannot go, because you have to drive the car, or you have to take care of your office work, or you need to care for your children. So we can't just let ourselves slip off into that place that's very deep. It's a very deep part of ourselves. And I think that for the common person, particularly in India, it's a very excellent way to give people an immediate experience of who they are, and to help relieve them. I believe that it lightens your psychic load. I felt very light after the experience with Dr. Gaur, and even though I couldn't explain to you exactly why that was, I think for people who are not, don't have advanced education, nor have they perhaps done any other kind of meditation where they might have some, at least, notion about what happens, this is an excellent way to get you there very quickly. It's like a fast track into your deepest part of your being.